Hello, everybody. So glad I can say warm hello to Julia Falkenstein. She has accepted our invitation to our annual conference, which is focused on women's health, and she's one of the keynote speakers of the conference. Thank you very much. Um, we'll do, let's say, such a starter before the main course, which will be your lecture at the conference. Julia, you're an amazing person. You're a clinical aromatherapist, you alternative practitioner, you health advisor. You do so much work for aromatherapy in general. You're a member of various organizations, international organizations. You do a lot of work as executive administrator of ICANN and German ambassador of Airmid Institute. So it's a lot, and you also organize working groups, lectures, workshops, and other events. So it's amazing. So maybe first, can you tell us a little bit more what brought you to the aromatherapy? What was your path, and what led you to the decision to become a clinical aromatherapist?
Yes, with big pleasure. I think my first contact with essential oils was very early when I was a child, and I discovered tea tree oil actually, which I thought was one of the onlyest oils that was available on Earth. And I took this for my angine. I always had sore throats as a child, and my mother was a medical doctor. And she was happily like overdosing antibiotics and everything. So I don't know, it was the 70s or 80s and it was just like this. And I felt it didn't help. And I was then discovering tea tree oil, was very happy with it. But then I thought this was it until I had a coincidence maybe 15 or 20 years ago in Sweden in a very rural area where I met a lady. And I was asking, someone was sick in my family. I was asking her if she would have some medication. And she said, no, I don't have medication, but I have my oils. And she showed me this huge, huge suitcase. We all know it now, but I was
Yes.
so surprised. It was 100 of tiny bottles with nice colors on it. And I was, what is this? And she said, this is the essential oils. Like tea tree. I said, what? My tea tree has a family? This is amazing. And to top it, she was actually giving us a remedy that helped immediately
Mm.
with it. And I was so amazed by it that I thought I have to dig deeper into it. So this was my first aha moment with essential oils and the possibilities they actually give that I wanted to study more. So by the time we were living in France and in Belgium, and fortunately there you have a good community and you have workshops to attend, and you find quite some information in the pharmacy. Essential oils are very present. So I was doing my way around a little bit. I was working in a different career by then. I was in communications and I was working in international cultural project management for a cultural institute. But more and more, I thought this is so helpful. This was so motivating in my idea of helping people, much more than having a project here or there. Nothing against project management. We have wonderful projects in the world, but I felt I wanted to do more a one-to-one help, someone who really has a problem, a health problem, and give him something that he could work with. And the other thing that was motivating at the time was that I was living in this professional environment with so many stressed people, and they all were, they were stressed and they were not healthy. And I thought you have to change that a little bit. This is not the way we should all be working in, and we should have more personal approaches to see what lies behind each stress and how we can level it, not with a workload and one day off or so, but with something different. And the idea came that I wanted to do more with aromatherapy. So we moved back to Germany, and I started my training with Primavera. They have an academy, just IFPA accredited. And then doing this training, I found out that even with professional training, you can't really apply aromatherapy in Germany because you have to be a medical doctor or alternative naturopath. And I said, wow, oof, at my age, medical studies is a little bit exaggerated. Let's do the smaller version and become a naturopath, which is very detailed as well. So I logged on to a 3-year training of naturopathic medicine to be able to actually give recipes, researched recipes out to people and apply them as well. So that was the main focus of my motivation.
As I said, you're amazing. Uh, we're heading to one of your current job, which is head of aromatherapy department at the naturopathic practice in
Mhm,
Berlin.
mhm,
You're there since 2022. I
mhm.
hope I said it right. So, can you tell us more about what the services, what kind of services the center provide,
Mhm,
and what led you to this important role there?
mhm. Yeah, the Natural Heilpraxis is a clinic with 6 naturopaths, and we are the Center for an Association of Gut Health in Germany, and we provide lots of colonic treatments, which are water-based cleanings of the colonic tract. And we give other remedies inside, probiotics, prebiotics. We do micronutrition therapy, which is an intravenous therapy mostly, oxygen therapy, which is intravenous. But we have kinesiology, osteopathy. We do give massage. We do aromatherapy. And it's a holistic aspect. So people come to us mostly because they've been sick for quite a long time. Either they're weak or they're suffering from post-COVID or other diseases, and they come to regenerate themselves and fill up nutritions, vitamins, amino acids, etc. But as the gut plays a crucial role in all this immune system and hormonal balance, etc., we always treat the intestinal tract as well with it. Yeah. And how I came to it, it was actually coincidence, I think, or maybe not. I was having my own practice since 2020, but I was on my own there, and I always lacked a little bit of a team. I wanted to do more with other colleagues and exchange about the patients and so. And on my way to my clinic, I always passed another clinic. And one day they were looking for someone for 1 day a week to start to fill up their team. And I said, 1 day is nice. So I'm still independent and I can do my things and the rest I can do 1 day here. It's no problem. So I joined them. And the interesting thing is that the founder of the clinic, he was working in aromatherapy already a long time ago. But he forgot a little bit about it because he was specializing on other things. And when I came in, he was like, "Oh, aromatherapy. I miss it actually, and it's great if you bring it back to the clinic." So I had a luck. I was lucky that he was open for me to do more, and I could do my propositions. And we actually created many protocols and many products that we used in the clinic and that we actually sell right now as well. We have a clinic shop, so you can go home with a belly rub, for example, or with the mouth spray or whatever. So there is a lot of innovation in this clinic, and I could immediately do a lot of things. But it was by coincidence. I started with 1 day, now I do 3 days a week. So it's a development that was very lucky, I think, and very, very good. But you saw that the time was ripe as well for aromatherapy to enter the clinic. Mm.
Yes, yes. That sounds great. Good for me that Berlin is not so far from Prague. Uh, well, as I understand understand, you focus on holistic perspective uh, and the treatment of chronic diseases that are caused by environmental factors or stress.
Mhm.
What do you think is the biggest challenge of our time? Maybe if we can consider also the women's health nowadays.
Yeah, well, from a holistic perspective, one of the biggest challenges is the increasing burden of chronic diseases, and many which are interconnected with environmental factors and stress. And lifestyle-related diseases such as cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, and certain cancers are on the rise, and they often have roots in the environmental pollution, sedentary lifestyles, poor diets, and chronic stress. And addressing these challenges requires a comprehensive approach that involves not only medical intervention, but also changes in the society and politics and individual behavior. But implementing a stress management strategy is crucial for tackling the roots of these chronic diseases. This is what we see most in the clinic as well. So when considering women's health specifically, one notable challenge is the need for comprehensive and accessible reproductive health care, including issues related to family planning, maternal health, addressing conditions like polycystic ovary syndrome, endometriosis, and additionally, mental health concerns such as postpartum depression, anxiety should be given extra attention. Yeah, and I think the biggest challenge of our time is the rising burden of chronic stress related diseases and environmental diseases. And yeah, this is what we are always working on. And aromatherapy is giving a huge plus in tackling these burdens.
Mm, that's true.
Mm.
um, that's one way we can do. We can educate ourselves. And your lecture at our conference is called Microbiome and Women's Health.
Mhm.
So, what role does the gut microbiome play in the treatment of digestive disorders, especially considering women?
Mhm. Yeah, it plays a crucial role, the microbiome, in the treatment of digestive disorders. And it is increasingly recognized in the context of women's health as well. The gut microbiome refers to trillions of microorganisms, including bacteria and fungi and viruses that inhabit the gastrointestinal tract. And these microorganisms contribute to various aspects of digestive health, nutrient absorption, and the immune system. And the key points related to the gut microbiome in the treatment of digestive disorders with a focus on women are the microbial diversity and digestive health. So a diverse and balanced gut microbiome is associated with better digestive health, and imbalances or dysbiosis in the microbiome have been linked to conditions such as irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, and other digestive disorders. The second thing is hormonal influences. So hormonal fluctuations, such as those occurring during menstrual cycle, pregnancy, menopause, can impact the gut microbiome and digestive function. For example, with changes in estrogen levels that influence the gut motility and sensitivity. Then we have the immune regulation. The gut microbiome plays a vital role in regulating the immune system, and imbalances contribute to immune-related digestive disorders, such as autoimmune conditions affecting the gut. Then we have interactions with diet. The composition is influenced by dietary choices. We need a diet rich in fiber and plant-based foods that can promote a diverse and healthy microbiome and positively affect digestive function as well. Yeah, the question of pro and prebiotics, and of course the gut-brain axis and stress. So the gut microbiome communicates directly with the brain through the gut-brain axis, and stress and mental health can impact the gut microbiome and vice versa as well. So women who may experience higher rates of stress and conditions like anxiety and depression can benefit from interventions that address both mental and gut health.
Mhm, mhm.
and lots more.
Yeah, I know. And I believe we will hear much more at the conference that you can go more in details. But let's say high level insight, which essential oils or other aromatherapy modalities are your favorite for the digestive disorders for women?
Yeah, actually, I think we do always like all clinical aromatherapists do. We make a choice of all possibilities concerning this disease or the symptoms, and then we have a personal choice, seeing with the patient if he likes it or not, and make a mix that is according really to the character and the acceptance of the patient. But generally speaking, for now, or to give others an idea how they could be working with the gut, I think it's really easy because there are so many oils that are very easily on in every toolkit that are very helpful for the gut and the intestinal area, from peppermint oil, for its ability to relax the muscles of the gastrointestinal tract, easing symptoms of indigestion, bloating, IBS even. Lemon oil is very, very helpful for digestion. Ginger, then chamomile or fennel. All the other oils that we actually use in the kitchen as well are wonderful oils for the digestive tract in different ways. But if you think a nice French or Italian cuisine, or I imagine in Czechia you have the same wonderful herbs. These oils are fantastic for digestion. And last but not least, lavender and chamomile, because they are really de-stressing, relaxing. And this is what is stimulating the vagus nerve and what is really always helpful for digestion. So these balancing and relaxing oils are very beneficial.
Mhm. It comes to my mind, do you have any aromatherapy products at the shop you mentioned at your clinic, or do you work more on individual basis?
Yeah, we do work on individual basis, but we have one belly rub that we use during the colonic treatment. It's a 1 hour treatment, and there's not only water entering the colonic tract, but you are given a nice belly massage as well to stimulate the motility of the gut. And there we use an oil with 8 different essential oils in a very low dosage that we sell as well. It's called Bauchöl, so it's a belly oil.
Mm.
And then we have a mouth spray only with hydrosols, which is very helpful because the mouth microbiome is the second largest in the body and is the first encounter with everything we eat and even respiration, etc. So we have to keep this mouth microbiome healthy to avoid inflammation. We all know that the connection between the mouth and heart failure, for example. So we have a very nice hydrosol mouth spray that we sell. And I'm wondering what else. Well, we work a lot with sea buckthorn. This very red oil that's very nice for the mucosa. So we have a product with that as well. We have quite some things. If you come, I show you around.
Yes, I would like to come. And I'm also looking forward to your lecture. It seems very interesting, and I hope I'm not the only one now. Um, Maybe can you, because at the beginning I said that you work for aromatherapy in general, and you're an executive administrator of ICANN, which is International Clinical Aromatherapy Network, for those who don't know the organization. So can you tell us more about the platform and what you do there? I
Yes.
know maybe most of or many people knows, but there might be some that don't know. So please.
Absolutely, with big pleasure. ICANN is a user-driven online platform for clinical aromatherapists. So it's really special. And if you're an aromatherapist, you should absolutely join. Um, ICANN has no dependence on any association or producer of oils or whatsoever. So it's an absolutely free space to look, to study, to get in touch with like-minded colleagues that favor professional work with the essential oils and hydrosols and more. ICANN was founded 2.5 years ago by Rhiannon Lewis. She's the organizer of the Botanica Conference series and the Essence of Clinical Aromatherapy Conference. And many of you might know her. And the idea of creating ICANN was when she said, well, in between the conferences, people can not really get in touch discussing cases or exchanging about something. And that was always in her mind. And then she created that. I think it must have been in the beginning of 2021, maybe. Um, and what she did, she was the editor of an aromatherapy journal until recently as well. So her reach with the conferences and the journal, etc., was huge when it comes to professional aromatherapists and people that are in the business for a long time and teaching for a long time, having clients for a long time. So she really had a nice circle of people that started the platform. And today we are hosting more than 1,400 users on the clinical aromatherapy network with daily.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
Big
Um,
number.
They're very daily coming new people on the platform, and it's every day is something happening. There's it's divided into different sections, like a web browser you look at. One section is really to have an overview. One section is called the hive, like a beehive. So you can look at things, and it's a little bit like Facebook for clinical aromatherapists. So you can share a photo or what you feel like or something. This is really popular. And then we have weekly online events. Many are free of charge, and some are paid events and classes with international experts. So we featured Pam Conrad, for example, that were present in Prague this year, very honored. We featured Gabriel Mojay, Melanie Kovac from Dropsmart in March, yeah. Etabi, Laura Cantelim, Myra Castro from Brazil, Joe Vigo from the Philippines, Anna Krutova from the Czech Republic was online. So many. Yeah, and if you sign in, it's for free, and you can see some of the sections. But if you want to have access, let's say, to something like it's called The Study, is like a library with more than 150 articles, videos from former Botanica sessions, articles from Rhiannon Slate magazine. So Spotlight interview that happened on the platform. It's really so rich, and you can search for your own topic, and it's like a Facebook and a what is it called, a YouTube for clinical aromatherapy, because you can watch the videos, you can read the articles. It's really informative, and I think the best thing is you have it's a really open and friendly network. And one of the sections is like a worldwide map where you can look at things, where you can look who's there and who you can contact. Even if you travel, let's say, to Mexico, you can check out if there's someone of the clinical aromatherapy network in the vicinity, and you can just write them a message, because there's a messenger function, and people are very responsive. Especially as well the fellows, which are like the big names of aromatherapy. They helped create and fund, yeah, like be the basis of ICANN. Marco Valuzzi, yeah, Pam Conrad is a fellow, Jade Schutz from America. I don't know, so many, I couldn't name them now, but if you they sign in regularly, and you can really ask them questions and they answer. It's like, wow, all the people you have in your that I have in my bookshelf, they're actually on the platform and easy to access, and it's really beautiful. Yeah.
You do a great work, and I
Yeah.
can only recommend from myself.
And
Um,
yeah, please sign up. We would be happy to have you there
yeah, yeah.
anytime.
uh, okay, thank you. Anybody that comes to our conference can tell about can talk about the icon with you, of course. And so the maybe the last question, what is your favorite essential oil?
Oh, it is a question that's very difficult.
And why?
And why?
Mm,
Um,
and if can that be answered?
yeah, I think it cannot be answered as because, of course, it's changing like with anybody else. Sometimes you have your favorite and it's all of a sudden you don't use it anymore. But I was wondering because the question comes up often, like what is your favorite oil? I'm not so sure. Of course, I love grapefruit, things that make you happy, and I love all of this. And the pink grapefruit is wonderful. But what I really like is really resonating with me is Angelica, for
Hmm.
example. Um,
Hmm.
because what I like about it is that it's an oil, it's a plant that can actually grow in my country and even up north. I'm a fan of Sweden and Norway and so it's a plant that lives there and is strong and big and has both the grape the grains and the roots. So I love that a lot, and I feel give it often into blends because I feel it gives a wonderful stability to people and maybe to myself as well.
Yes.
Because we're all like up in the air, and it's often good to have something that keeps you grounded. And for me, Angelica does that. I'm really grateful for it.
Hmm. Um, I think it really characterizes you. That the deepness of the scent is somehow similar to the deepness of your knowledge and the
I hope.
greatness. So yes, it fits.
I wish. I would thank you for your words. I wish it was true. Let's see.
Yes. Thank you, Julia, again, once more, for sharing all those information with us and for joining us at the conference. We're
Thank
looking forward to it very, very much. Finally, would you have any special invitation to for our audience so
you.
they will come to the conference
Of
and
course, you have to come to the conference. I'm really excited to and honored to have been invited as a speaker for this prestigious event, and I would be delighted to have you join me and the esteemed audience for a thought-provoking discussion on gut health and women's health. So I think this is a wonderful opportunity to know more about your inner health when it comes to the whole gastrointestinal tract, which is not often discussed and is something that people try to avoid. But this time we will face it and you will gain lots of insights to why it is so important and how you can change it to a better, including changing the way your immune system functions, your hormonal balance can be in a better shape, and how you have an overall better health feeling for itself. So, of course, it's something that's not only interesting for women, but especially interesting for women because yeah, we often do not consider this to be one of the main issues of our health unless it really becomes bad. And I try to put some light on it, and it will be so interesting. And with all the nice colleagues that you invited. So it will be a stunning day, I think. So, yes, happy to
you.
see you all in Prague.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We see in Prague in April 5th and 6th. Um, I'm so happy to see all of you there and you especially. So thank you and bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye bye.